welcome back. Thank you for staying with us here on Nile Cruise from the Coptic Cathedral in Abbasiyah, celebrating Christmas time. Mr. Al-Assas and myself, Muhammad Abdurrahim. We'll be talking in this segment about the family house, which is a model for religious coexistence. Egypt really is the model for religious coexistence at large. Comprised of Muslim and Christian leaders and chaired by Al-Azhar Grand Imam and the Pope of the Coptic Orthodox Church, the family house was established in October of 2011. And now, almost 10 years after the establishment of the family house, a senior Al-Azhar official is suggesting that it becomes a model to be copied in the rest of the Arab world. The question of what it did achieve in Egypt becomes inevitable. And to know more about the family house, we are honored to be joined by Dr. Asmaa Elzieny. She is an official for Relations and International Cooperation at the Educational Development Center for Al-Azhar International Students. Thank you very much, Dr. Asmaa.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Asmaa, it's a pleasure having you with us here on Nile TV International, on Nile Cruise, of course, in a very special place here in Egypt, on a very special event, of course, which is the Merry Christmas, of course, Dr. Asmaa. We're at the, of course, Abbasiyah Cathedral, which is one of the landmarks here in Egypt when it comes to Copts, of course, that we all are wishing them a Merry Christmas, not only in Egypt, but all over the world. Why was the family house established, Doctor?
The honor is mine. Thank you for having me today.
It's our pleasure, of course.
Thank you, Dr. Asmaa.
The Egyptian Family House is an initiative by the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, which came after the incidents of January 2011, when the Grand Imam felt the responsibility of religious leaders to keep the fabric of the Egyptian society. He was on a visit to the late Pope Shenouda II after the incident of the one of the churches, I remember.
Alexandria?
No, the two synods in Cairo here. He was visiting the Pope Shenouda. He suggested the initiative of the Egyptian Family House, and actually the response of the Pope Shenouda was great, and came out the initiative. Really what the Egyptian Family House has done during these 10 years was very clear during the celebration, which was on the 11th of last November, to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the initiative. The celebration was attended by great Egyptian figures, ministers, and the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar and Pope Tewodros II. Actually, what have been made during these 10 years is unbelievable. What happened in other Arab societies unluckily could be copied in the Egyptian society. Alhamdulillah, Allah saved Egypt by having these thoughtful and caring religious leaders like the Grand Imam and Pope Tewodros, alhamdulillah. What have been made could be seen in different activities, which is Egyptian Family House has in schools, universities, and during the different events through all the year.
What are the most remarkable achievements of the family house, Dr. Asmaa?
If we are going to talk about the most remarkable achievements of the Egyptian Family House, we talk about taking most care of youth in schools. Youth, in schools, in universities. The mutual visits between religious leaders to the masjid.
between the Islam and the Christians.
Muslims and Christians. The mutual visits, the cooperation. We have regular visits of the clerics from and priestess from the church to the masjid of Al-Azhar, and vice versa, especially during the times of celebrations like the time we have now. Yes, the Christmas time.
Now, Dr. Asmaa, we know the family house, as you mentioned, involves a lot of youth.
Yes.
So, in activities even that are not related to religion at all, like charity, like sports, like art. So, could you talk to us more about the significance of such activities that are in domains life domains, again, like sport or
Yeah.
art or charity.
Let me mention a very remarkable example that Al Azhar had during this month to take care of youth from different countries. I'm going to talk about a very special event that we had at Al Azhar, and unprecedented. We at Education Development Center had Al Azhar World Cup for international students.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes, which has competitions in different kind of sports: football, volleyball, cricket.
Like Olympics.
Yes, the World Cup. We had Al Azhar World Cup for youth. Yes, it was an event unprecedented. You couldn't imagine how the international students were happy. You cannot imagine the amount of effort exerted to make it something successful. Everyone was very eager. Why youth? Youth is the pillar of societies, especially the Egyptian society. The majority of Egyptians are youth. That's why both Al Azhar and the church are taking the most care of youth. They are the majority of Egyptians, and of course, for all over the world, the youth are the most important part of society. If taking care of youth,
The very near future.
yes, they are the future. Yes, we are talking about the future.
Okay, Doctor, Family House managed, of course, as you mentioned at the beginning, to put an end to a number of sectarian disputes and to deal with the consequences of the terrorist attacks. What was the latest dispute in which the Family House interfered?
Let's not talk about disputes especially. Let's talk about something very remarkable which was said during the celebration of the 10th anniversary.
10th anniversary of the Family House?
Yes, the 10th
Please.
anniversary of having
How many years
the
have it
Minister
been,
of
the Family House?
10 years.
10 years
It
exactly.
was
So
the 10th anniversary,
is
11th of November.
11th of November.
Yes,
okay.
marks the
So
beginning
that
of
was very
this-
soon.
Yes, very soon, and it was very big
Yeah, so
celebration.
it was established 11/11/2011, right?
Yeah, remarkable dates.
Yeah,
Yes, very remarkable. Okay, the Minister of Law, Mr. Omar Marwan, was attending the celebration.
Minister of Justice.
Minister of Justice, in the place of the Minister of Cabinet. He said a very important statement about the.
I mean, instead of the
initiative.
Foreign Minister,
Yes.
Mustafa Madbouli.
Yes, he was in place giving the speech instead of him.
Of the Prime Minister.
Yeah, Prime Minister.
Minister.
Yes.
Sorry. Go ahead, Dr. Asmaa. Because I heard you say the Foreign Minister. That's why I
I
said
know.
the Prime.
She said
I think so.
she said the cabinet minister. Then I said I wanted to.
That's why I said the prime.
Yeah, no,
That's the only-
you said the right thing. I was
The head of the cabinet. Sorry.
Go ahead, Dr.
Okay.
Asmaa.
He said a very important statement about the Egyptian family house. He said that this initiative was able to get rid of hatred among Egyptians, to plant a true roots of understanding, coexistence, and this is a main concept. The Grand Imam adheres to. He believes that the coexistence between Muslims and the Christians is the only solution for Egyptian society to remain stable. And this is another concept that President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi beholds true. He believes that we are one, Egyptians are one. And I think that this is one of the main reasons why the Egyptian society managed to survive till now.
Yes, yes. It was a very dangerous time, of course, after the Arab Spring revolutions. Now, Dr. Asmaa, Family House organized, I'm talking about the common things here,
Yes.
the common ground. Family House organized several meetings for youths in different governorates across Egypt to clarify the similarities between Islam and Christianity. Again, so the searches for the similarities, the common ground. Your intake on that.
Yes. I think the main concepts that we all have, Muslims, regardless of our religions, we are humans, and we are human. Human beings need to live together. We need mutual understanding. We need coexistence, respecting of the other, knowing to find a way out we need to exist. It's not about having
because
differences.
After all, we share the same
Country, the same future, the same possibilities.
problems,
Yes,
the same
suffering.
dreams.
Yes,
Yeah,
same
the same
dreams.
everything, yeah.
We have the same future.
Yeah.
So we need to coexist. We need to be together to live as one. This is the main concept that the initiative tries to focus on.
Okay, Dr. Asmaa, could you tell us about the steps taken in the popular level to promote the value of coexistence?
Yes, these steps could be seen in the media, having these meetings like in media and newspapers. Social media, in schools, as I told you before, we have this, the different committees of the initiative, social committee, economic, different parties of the initiative, which have regular visits to the places, to the clubs, to the schools, to the universities, and this is the main contribution that could keep the initiative alive. They spread the values of peace, tolerance, accepting the other, and all the valuable values of both Muslims and Christians.
The initiative is alive anyway in the hearts of all Egyptians.
Yes, Mohammed.
It is
Of course.
alive.
It is a main priority to all of us.
Yes, it's a wonderful initiative, and of course we hope the family house, Mohammed, grows more, and
Sure.
we need to talk about it more in media, and for everybody to know more about the initiative and the importance of the initiative, especially that we have a Prime Minister that attends meetings, we have a Minister of Justice that attends the meeting. He was on behalf of the Prime Minister.
Yes.
You mentioned the importance of the coexistence of the Christians and Muslims in Egypt, and the unification of both
Let's never
religions.
forget
It
something.
will always be the unity of the Egyptian people and the identity of the Egyptian people, as long
Let's
as we live
never
under the
forget-
directives of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi.
Yes, yes, it is. Let's not forget very important thing that never happened in the future of Egyptians, that we had the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi attending the celebration of the Christmas.
We mentioned this in this
Yeah.
episode
Yeah.
today.
Something
that
unprecedented.
was when, as soon as he
You
became
cannot
the
imagine the
president,
effect that this visit have on the heart of
Yes.
all
we mentioned that
Muslims
as
and
soon as-
Christians.
Yes.
We did mention
Yes.
at the beginning of this episode that as soon as President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi took the oath and became the president of Egypt, he popped into the church, and it was a surprise. It surprised all Egyptians, Coptics. It touched Muslims
Believe me.
before Christians, because we were so happy that we had a president that we had to look up to, and that was a role model, and still is a role model, and will always stay on the right track and keep all the Egyptians on the right
Yes,
track.
true. Me as a Muslim, I was very proud
You
to
were
have
very
that
proud,
night at home. I was I'm Egyptian. I'm doing something so special.
And he popped into
Yes.
Yes, in the same place.
It was not at the new administrative
Yes.
administrative capital. It was here at the Abbasiyya
Yes.
Cathedral.
Witnessed
when
the same
President Abdel
event.
Fattah al-Sisi came in, and everybody was really stunned and astonished
Yes.
by his visit, and he was the first president of Egypt to do this, actually, without anybody knowing.
Well, I guess there's no better note, Rana,
Yes.
than this one to end our discussion here. Unfortunately, the time is up. Dear viewers, on behalf of you, we thank you very much Dr. Asmaa Elzieny, official for international cooperation at the Educational Development Center Al-Azhar University, for Al-Azhar University international students. Thank you very much, Dr. Asmaa.
Thank you.
It's been a great pleasure. Happy New Year.
Thank
So a short break, and then we'll come back and Rana conclude this episode of Nile Cruise.
Don't go away. We'll be right back, dear viewers.